Hello, hello, good morning. Give you a moment to get on and get my notes here. My desk is a wreck right now, which is totally uncool. So after I get done with this, I'm going to have to get organized. Yeah, that's just it. I'm going to have to get organized. Okay, so when you pop on, let me know who you are and where you're from so I can shout you out and say hello. And if you're watching this on my YouTube channel, thank you, and make sure you subscribe so you don't miss anything. And if you have some comments or questions, make sure to leave them because I do respond to those. So let us get down with the content for today. So the tax question I got was about married filing separately or injured spouse. Which one is better? So I'm going to talk about that in just a moment. And let me share this in what other place. Hello there, little sister. How are you? Your nephew's birthday is tomorrow. Yeah. Not ready. Okay. So let's get down with the get down. All right. So I got the tax question about which is better to file, which filing strategy is better, to file married filing separately or to file injured spouse. So let me explain what an injured spouse is. Most people understand married filing separately, but let me explain injured spouse. Injured spouse is a type of form that you file, and I completely forgot the form number, but what it does is that it separates one spouse from another's liability. So it could be an issue of owing for taxes, child support, student loans, or anything like that. If you have one spouse that has these liabilities, what the other spouse can do is file an injured spouse form in order for you to separate one person's tax liability from another. So if you and your spouse perhaps might have, like, okay, so let's just say back child support payments, okay? So if one spouse owes child support payments, instead of the liability being taken out against the couple, it's only taken out against that one spouse that owes that liability, okay? So then the question I got is, well, is it better to file married filing separately versus the injured spouse? And the answer is no. With the injured spouse, you file jointly, and then you have the injured spouse form. Now, the downside with the whole injured spouse thing is that it usually takes longer. It can take anywhere 8 to 12 weeks. I've seen it take up to 12 weeks depending on when it was filed. So this is not something that you're going to get turned around immediately. It just takes that long. But the difference is with married filing separately, you lose out on tax credits that you would be able to take advantage of married filing jointly. So I never, ever, 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 ever recommend married filing separately unless you have absolutely no choice, because you lose out on those credits. Now, if you're not taking advantage of any credits, any child tax credits, earned income credit, the tuition credits, if you're not taking advantage of any credits, then married filing separately may be okay for you, but you need to have your tax preparer really prepare it both ways to see what's going to be most beneficial with you. But right off the board, just generally across the board, if you ask me this just randomly out of the blue, I'm going to tell you that you should file jointly and file the injured spouse form, because you get to take advantage of tax credits that you would not have available to you married filing separately. So yeah, it takes longer. I get it. However, in order for you to have, from a tax standpoint, it's better to wait and have, a better tax position versus, married filing separately, losing out on tax credits that you would be able to take advantage of. Again, don't be in a hurry. When you file injured spouse, it's going to take some time. That's just the way it is. And generally because you can file it electronically, but it still takes a long time to process. That's just life. Hey, Shaniqua, good morning. So, I mean, that's really what it boils down to. Married filing separately really is the worst filing status that there is, because you don't get to take advantage of various tax credits that you would be able to take married filing jointly. If you have to file married filing separately, again, that's just the way it is. I totally get that. But married filing jointly is the better way to go. And it doesn't matter. This is one of the other questions I get with the whole married filing jointly thing. This is bonus, right? It does not matter who makes more money. A lot of times I get ladies, with married couples, and the women are make more money, and all of a sudden the women say, I want to file head of household. That is not how this works. If you are married, it doesn't matter who makes more money. It does not matter if one spouse is working versus one who is not. You've married filing jointly. Okay, that is the way to go. And if you have an issue with the spouse that has some sort of tax liability, then, file the injured spouse form, because what that allows you to do is to get you're entitled to get that money back, instead of having your money and the other person's money all going towards this tax liability. You don't want to do that. So that is the benefit of the injured spouse form for the person that has the tax liability, whatever that is, and the IRS can withhold refunds, again, for various liabilities. Like I said, it could be child support, it could be back taxes, it could be student loan payments, it could be state related tax stuff, whether it's property taxes, real estate taxes, any kind of taxes. If they know that you owe, they will be holding that refund. Okay. So, so if you're in a situation like that, if you're a married couple and you have one spouse that has some sort of liability that refunds are being held for, then you really want to file the injured spouse form to reduce the impact for your family overall. Okay. So I really hope that helps you out. And listen, if you need some help with your tax stuff, book a tax consult. And I did not put the link in the comments. Let me do that. Link will be in the comments. And yeah, if you have any questions, comments, let me know. I do respond. And I usually do this when I get on, and now I'm just screwing it up. I'm having a moment. It's nice outside and I'm dying to get there. Okay, so there you go. So if you need help with your taxes, there's a link in the comments for you to book a tax consult. And if you're watching this on YouTube, simply look in the description box and there is a link to book a tax consult as well. Okay. So thanks a lot for tuning in. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss anything. And that's it. Have a fantastic day, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.